Well, good morning, class, and I want to go over on this PowerPoint how to use MeasureQuick. Now, this is not an extensive dive into MeasureQuick and all of the functions that it has, but the most important ones that we're looking at concerning heat pumps and air conditioning as you'll be working through them. So please follow along. What you want to do at this point is to download the actual MeasureQuick app. You can do this on your Android or your Apple phone. And then we will get started. Well, at this point, you have realized that you've had to register for MeasureQuick to actually use this free app. But put your email address in there if you haven't done that already and register for it and then pop it up. And what you want to do is go to this home screen. Now, this home screen, there's a lot of different options that you could go through on MeasureQuick, but I'm not going to go through those options for you right now. I just want you to take a look at the gauges on it, and I've circled that in red on this particular PowerPoint right there. So go ahead and pull up the gauges on this system, because what we're going to do is input all these numbers into it. Now, if you had digital gauges, what you could do what you could do is actually tie those digital gauges, those Bluetooth gauges into this app, and then it would populate all of these different readings for it. Let's say that you don't have all the money to buy all that fancy stuff, and you just want to use this MeasureQuick app to give you a quick reference to where you should look for a problem within the system. Then what you want to do is click on the gauges. After you click on the gauges, it's going to pop up into this area down in here. Now I have highlighted that area um, in these brackets. So these brackets right here are where we're going to be inputting the numbers into our system. We don't have to input everything. We just have to input a couple of things into this, and then we can actually find out what's going on within the system itself. So what you want to do is look at that point. Now go to the next slide and I will pull up which icon to click next. So we're going to click on that little sun, and the sun is going to pop up a outdoor measurements tab on it. Go ahead and click the outdoor measurements tab. After you've clicked the outdoor measurements tab, you should have your gauges attached to the outdoor unit. You should have uh, temperature probes checking the liquid line temperature and the suction line temperature. And you don't necessarily need the discharge temperature here, but it would be useful because it could end up showing you some other problems on the system if you had that. But I understand that sometimes that's a very difficult measurement to get because it's on the inside of the action of most of the units that are out there. Okay, so go ahead and fill in all the information that you can from the outdoor unit into this. The next measurement we're going to go back, and then we're going to go click on the house. And when you click on the house, the indoor measurement's going to pop up. And what you want to do is click on the indoor measurement. After you get done clicking on the indoor measurement, go ahead and enter in all the relevant data that you guys can see there on that system there. Relative humidity, temperature, return air wet bulb, supplier. Make sure that you're getting the return air wet bulb and dry bulb on this. It's going to make it a more complete um, a more complete diagnosis if you have that type of information on there. You might as well type in there 400 CFMs per ton if you want to. If you actually know the static in that, put that in. But it's not necessary to get your readings that we're looking at. Okay, after you get that, go ahead and go to the electrical button, click on that, and then you'll have different things that you can input for that. So go ahead and input all the information that you can, that you know of for the electrical measurements on this system. And then go ahead and click on the outdoor, basically a cloud in the sun, and then you'll come up with weather conditions. After you get done pushing that, push in all those different things will pop up now. So the data that you've inputted into there will all pop up to this screen, AC system test. And I want you to take a look at the next PowerPoint screen, and it will tell you on those flags up there, you want to click that flag button. And that flag button will actually give you ideas about what's going on with this system. Now, I can't remember. There might be red flags, black flags tells you something's really screwy with this thing. And then maybe cautionary flags that are out there. But if I go to the next screen, if after pushing that flag button at the top right, you will see that it will pop up with multiple faults that could be possibly wrong with this system itself. So if you've determined that that's not the problem, you can clear that fault out of there. But the 5 next to the red flag is telling you that there's 5 conditions that tell me that this system could be undercharged. And there's 5 conditions that tell me that there could be a restriction in this line. There's also 3 conditions that it could be the TXV, 3 conditions it could be potentially the return air ducts leaking heat or the heat strips on, and then 2 conditions down in there. So after you have gone through this, you'll actually have a better idea of what's going on with the system, and you can use it to figure out. You can use MeasureQuick to figure out what's going on. A lot of times we had to memorize this stuff in the field, so I hope that this is helpful to you as far as the PowerPoint's concerned. And good luck out there, fellow technicians.